what like. So the video that you can see on screen at present is not my video, but nonetheless, I just want to sort of give my 2 cents in relation to the sort of protest, counter-protest, etc. that took place in Inverness earlier on the day. First and foremost, I think credit where credit is due for the boys that came up the road. They from Falkirk, Aberdeen, etc. If only there was more people up my way who sort of spoke the same way that these people speak. If only there was more people up my way that could sort of gather a crowd. So there is that. But, fair play to them. They came up the A9, which is a bell end of the road. And they were able to sort of, for a good chunk of time, maintain a pretty good crowd. But as time went on, I will say, truth be told, that the crowds that were sort of against the concept of illegal immigration, etc., it started to peter out because there was only 2 speakers, and in between times there was just so much fucking music, just crap. I'm sorry, boys, yeah. But that's not me poo-pooing them in per se. That's just me kind of pointing out the fact that these boys have travelled all the way up the road. They clearly didn't have enough tools in their arsenal to keep it going, and consequently, what occurred was the crowd started to peter out. That said, I went to this protest. I achieved exactly what I intended to achieve, which was to sort of make contact behind the scenes with some of the organisers, which I had a pretty in-depth conversation with one of the organisers. So I'm hoping that going forward, my channel and these people, we'll see what's what. I don't know, but nonetheless, has to be said again though, it was good to see quite a good turnout. I do disagree, and I will continue to disagree with the sort of overall sentiment that was sort of portrayed. And I've said this in videos in the past, this is nothing new, I'm not going to bail end or whatnot. The idea that it's just simply opposing illegal immigration. I heard quite a lot of people talking about that, like, it's like, we don't have a problem with, people coming over illegally. I do, quite frankly, because I'm more on the sort of wavelength of demography and ethnicity, etc., being the cornerstone of my contentions. You know what I mean? Regardless, so it's sort of, again, it kind of, to boil it down, civic nationalism versus ethno-nationalism and whatnot. But it wasn't my place to say fuck all, nor would I say fuck all. I can't fault these boys. A lot of them came up the roads, and it was good to see. I am, if nothing else, really fucking perplexed as to just how many people initially turned out in Inverness today. And I'm not going to sit here and be a fucking arse kisser and or a hypocrite. I don't really think protests achieve anything. But one thing that I've always said that they do and can achieve is, making connections. So, as I say, I was able to achieve exactly what I set out to achieve. But, yeah, it is what it is. We'll see what happens going forward. But yeah, Inverness. Anyway, on to the next one, I guess. Hey boy. Hey boy.